Here we go. We're up. That's New York Vinnie. It's a freaky, fractious Friday. What are you doing there, Vinnie? What are you, what are you waving? Or you...
You
Help.
know, Mike, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm in a state of abnormal confusion this morning. But good morning to you. How are you, pal?
Well, the head of the FBI has just been appointed, pending approval of the Senate. It's Andy Sipowicz.
You know, he'd make a good head of the FBI, Andy Shipowicz. He's a good man, that Shipowicz.
When it comes to Mar-a-Lago, does he rifle through Melania's underwear drawers, or does he just? Yes, he does.
Would you want to rifle through Melania's underwear drawers? I mean, really, Mikey, let's call this one what it is, man. I mean, yeah, she may
That
look good, but
has to
I
be
don't know.
done.
Something tells me,
There's problems, and I mean
tells
some
me that
serious problems.
there's just no reason to go through her underwear drawers. I'll bet you though. I'll bet you any amount of money you want to bet that she has a set of underwear that have the days of the week on them.
Monday, Tuesday, be best day. Thursday, be best
Monday,
Friday.
Tuesday,
Tuesday,
Thursday,
Tuesday.
Wednesday.
What's your
I
favorite day?
just,
My be best.
I'd be best. I guarantee you that that woman has has underwear in her drawer, and they're all neatly folded and in order.
Not by her, however.
Oh
The
no, no, no.
staff.
She's no, she probably never folded a pair of underwear in her life. No, no, I could tell you right now that no that no, she hasn't folded anything. Folded anything on the only thing she's folded is the dollar bills that Donald has put into her purse every month, probably.
Well, he gives her $5 for the month.
I don't know what he's giving her, but she's definitely. I mean, she'd have to be getting paid pretty good to be his wife.
She could be working on a percentage of what Elon Musk turns in.
Yeah, the great thing is that this is giving us um, a really nice view as to what a crime family looks like when it's being formed.
Well, for all our people in the audience that are worried about their medical future, call your doctor now and get a year's supply of whatever you're on, because or make it a 4-year supply. Because when Robert F. Kennedy Jr. gets into the Health Human Services chair, medicine's going to be impossible to get in America. There won't be anybody prescribing anything. Being a doctor will become illegal. Being a nurse will become shoot on sight.
Yeah,
Hospitals will be no-go zones. Doctors' offices will
except if
be
they
vacant.
can we not shoot the cute nurses?
No, they go first, Ben, as
That
as
ain't my
a,
country.
as a precaution.
It's not my country. If the nurses, you know, I mean, we're sitting here like kind of making fun of it, but it's really. I mean, if the last 2 days have shown us anything, it's just
We're never
how
gonna get to the inauguration. We're not
Say,
going to get to the inauguration at this rate.
well, Michael, I mean, it's just it's sickening. It's
And that's
sickening.
gonna put Trump in a bad mood because he loves those parades. He loves the spectacle, the festival, the hoopla, the huzzah.
Yeah, I just, I mean, how could you possibly not be absolutely disappointed? No, it's more than disappointed. How could you even? How could you have given your, said to yourself, well, maybe it won't be so bad this time around?
There's going to
And
be
as to
such a level of chaos throughout society that Donald Trump will not have to come down from the plant rooms till 11 o'clock noon every day. He does his hair and makeup, gets in the same blue suit, gets the same red tie, and goes to the office and does nothing. He just watches the people that he appointed to heads of his cabinet destroy the very fabric of the nation, if not our relationship with the natural world and the rest of the nations on our planet.
well, I damn the people that voted for this guy. I mean, forget about. your political views for a second. Just the fact that why would you want to vote for this guy who upset so many people? Is that really what you're about? Is you're about revenge?
But Aaron Rodgers is calm and collected and waiting in the pocket for protection.
He's an idiot.
Is that
He,
idiot or idiot?
no,
Or an
he's
idiot?
an idiot. I mean, he's just a. I mean, the only positive piece of news that we've gotten in the last 2 days is that the Onion uh, bought Alex Jones info
Infowars.
thing.
That's because the Republicans can't tell if the Onion is trying to be funny. Are they trying to be funny? Are they mocking us? No, 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 sir. They're with you all the way. Well, it looks funny. Doesn't look like they're with us all the way. It doesn't look quite right. Something's wrong here.
In the world of ultimate ironies,
In
that
their
one's
headline
pretty good.
yesterday, Donald Trump's boys have a slap fight to see who gets to be the tough one that day.
Did you notice anything about the last 2 days in Trump world? I hate to bring up Trump world, and I said that but there's so much going on, and it's almost impossible to ignore. But have you
Elon,
noticed anything over the past 2 days?
Elon Musk won't go home. He won't
Besides
leave
that,
Mar-a-Lago.
that's a very good observation because he won't. They can't get rid of him now. They have brought Barron into the fold.
He's still not a very talkative guy. He
You
doesn't have
know,
much. He doesn't have much. He doesn't have a lot to say.
yeah, but a lot of people and rightly, and I agreed with this, is that the whole Barron thing is he's the kid. You generally don't mess with people's kids. Although Trump has taken that rule and upended it. But wives and children are supposed to be off limits. But lo and behold, I was watching a report about something. Oh, about the crypto.
That's not
The
real. Vinny, that's not real money.
landed on a crypto scam.
It's
We
it's
only have
pretend.
limited space left.
It's pretend money, but everybody has to pretend that it's money. That's their level of acceptance.
Well, it's not pretend to us, Michael. If you're a Trump, it won't be pretend. You'll be able to as soon as the check clears, spend it, right?
Go out and spend it right now. Buy a Tesla.
Well, yeah, go get you get a crypto, you get a Tesla. So Barron is now appearing on the commercials. The
Oh no, no, no! Really?
I don't know if they're spots or whatever they are. I guess the
He could sell his own version of the Bible, the baby Bible.
yeah, the little baby Bible. It's Barron's baby Bible. So anyway, he's gotten himself, I think, which is going to prove to be one of the larger mistakes of his young life.
He was doing just fine. Now suddenly his face is out there.
Well, he had a great position. He hadn't been around long enough that people would associate him, except by birth. He hadn't done anything publicly stupid. He hadn't kissed Kimberly Guilfoyle, although we don't know that.
That probably is a good thing. That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, but he was still, I mean, the only time you saw him was when he was traveling with the family, which is okay. It's his family. But he didn't open his mouth up politically. He didn't say anything. He didn't have a presence. And
He
the
never left
press
his mother's side.
and everybody said, well, we're just going to leave him alone. But that wasn't good enough for him
Or someone.
or someone. So now you have to get Barron involved in the front page. I'm standing here next to Daddy photographs. Well, Daddy's trying to scam half of America out of cryptocurrency. So now you
So
have, and I don't know,
he'll
they're
start
paying,
paying. He'll start
not
paying Social
paying.
Security. Social Security checks will be paid off in crypto.
Oh yeah, and that's sure as shit that's coming. Better you better get to the point where you understand all about crypto because that's what's coming down the pike. And so
And a lot of
he's
people are going
out
to
there
forget it who
hustling
voted for Trump.
crypto.
People who voted for Trump will forget this, but the Social Security money is your money. It's in your account because you put it there. Nobody else did.
Yeah, yeah. Go see. Who's that? Calvin Coolidge. Was
Calvin's
it?
away from his desk right now, but yeah, or Herbert
Yeah,
Hoover.
Herbert Hoover that started the Social Security thing. Go see him about it. See how long it takes him to call you back. So
Or Hubert
so now you
Huber.
have
Everyone
Barron
knows how
involved in
famously
this
said.
thing. I guess they're trying to get the younger generation involved or something. I don't know.
It's not pretend money to them. It'll be real. They'll tell you it's real money.
Well, it's real on one end. On the end that you're going to give them, the end
Yes.
that you're going to give them, the money is all real.
Try buying crypto with crypto. You got to have cash to buy crypto.
Yeah, they don't want you. Yeah, they don't want your credit card. They don't want it. They want your cash, cold hard earned cash. That's what they're looking for.
That's something they can turn into crypto right now. Well, I can
Right.
convert that for you. I'll
And
convert that
if
for you.
you buy enough of it, we'll send you a statue of the super dog that we all know and love, Crypto,
What about the Virgin Murray?
the Virgin Murray.
Yeah, you get a statue of the Virgin Murray.
No, I don't think you can get a statue of the Virgin of the Virgin Murray.
Well, it sure as hell ought to be a
America's only Jewish saint.
and he meant well. Remember his
Hurry, get in there.
remember what he said all the time? Such a deal.
Such a deal. Such a deal. We're making you Murray, Saint Murray.
And then there's the Hail Murray.
Full of grace. It ain't worked out yet. I mean, I thought it was kind of a thing, but it didn't. It doesn't seem to be working for people anymore. Maybe it should be a Hail Mary instead of a Hail Murray.
One of the things that I read this morning before I was put into a slumber by the news was that the Trump administration is not going to use the FBI for any background checks. They can't trust the FBI. The background checks are long and arduous, and they keep coming up with stuff. So if we don't have the FBI do the background checks, we won't have those embarrassing revelations later on based on what they found. If they never look, they'll never find anything. So no looking in Tulsi Gabbard's background, no looking in Robert F. Kennedy's background, even though he had a bear in his trunk and dumped it in Central Park because he had a worm in his brain because he has lead poisoning from eating too much tuna. How much tuna did he have to eat? And this is just one guy. So we don't want an embarrassment of the embarrassment of a background check for these people. So the FBI is out. We're going to do our own background check. We're going to do our own vetting and our own nominations. And then we're going to say, they're clean. I looked it over. It's good. He's good. What about the bear in Central Park? Never happened. Worm in the brain. Rumor. Hoax.
Save your money. Don't even worry about background checks anymore. Why should we even worry about them? Why do we need them?
But we don't now because someone's background is not germane to the job we're giving him to do. She's only going to be head of intelligence for the CIA, the NIH, the all the three-letter CIA related sources of intelligence, and she gets to decide who briefs who and who does the briefing. So you just pick somebody who says looks good. I'm telling you, I looked it over this morning. All the tight spots in the world are loosening up. It looks good, and that's your intelligence report for today. But what about the tails? That's really about it. That's all I have to say. Looks
You have that
really
done
good.
by 7 o'clock in the morning, Washington time.
Yeah.
4 o'clock in the morning out here. That's it. That's all. Let's all go to the casino.
So your report is, just to summarize, looks good. Yep, that's it. Okay, let's proceed. What about
Everybody
Ukraine?
looks
Looks
good.
good.
Well, see, here's the thing, Michael. We have to pay if you want to. They did something bad. Answer on
You got to
your
pay
background check. You have to pay more money for that. We have
a
to
lot
put
more,
people out there.
and not crypto. It's got to be cash.
Yeah, and these people are smart. They want cash. No matter what they look like, no matter what whether they're a drag queen or they're J. Edgar Hoover or they're one and the same, they want to see, if you want a thorough investigation, you got to pay more money for it.
Where do you
And
think it's
we're
going
going
to
to make
come from?
America great again
Thorough
because
investigations
Elon
don't come.
Musk
They don't
and
grow on. They don't grow on trees.
yeah, and Elon and his buddies have said, listen, we don't need we don't need your ridiculous fees, background checks. We know we're crooks. You don't have to tell us.
There are people. We know what we can do with them and what they can do with us and what we can expect of them. Also, Elon Musk wants you to know that there's going to be some hardships with the plans he plans to
Yeah,
institute for the restructuring of the
it's
federal government.
tough,
There's going to
but
be,
that's okay. We'll build up some nuclear plants.
yeah, it'll all come out in the wash. It'll all be good. It'll all balance out in the long run. It'll be good for me. It'll be bad for you. There's going to be hardships.
Oh, we got all this. Listen, we have. This is something that people aren't talking about. You don't find this on Facebook or Twitter or any of the.
You won't find it on X, that's for sure.
No, you won't find anything on X that has anything to do with anything bad about any of these people.
Can we get more
That's
cat
gonna get
videos?
quashed 1, 2, 3, man. Boom. You won't see when
By
when,
Lynn
when these
Berry.
scumbags all get in a plane with some 16-year-old girl. You're not gonna know about that anymore.
I'm not going to talk about it. That's off limits. We're not talking about it. I said we weren't going to talk about it, and we're not going to talk about it unless you want to talk about it. In which
Jeffrey
case, we're not
Epstein
talking about
said,
it.
why wouldn't they let me stick around another 2 years?
It was, it was his fault. He hung himself in his cell. They gave him the rope. They gave him a bottle of Johnny Walker Black. They gave him a way out. All he had to do was take it.
Out. Boom. Boom. That's
Prince,
it. That's
Prince
all.
Andrew's next.
That's it.
Prince
You have
Prince
to
Andrew
worry
wakes
about
up
all of this stuff. See,
dead.
that's the problem with
Yeah.
you American people. You're all worrying about this stuff. And you
You
should
need some.
know
You need some
that
hardships to
Trump
distract
is
you.
not going to let you worry about it anymore. That's how you make America great again.
When your tail's
It,
on fire, you don't worry about the rent.
right. You don't, well, if you feel bad, then go worry. But if you don't feel bad, I mean, can you still go down to the store and buy a pack of cigarettes? Can you still go down to the other store on the other side of the street and get 7.35 R 22-inch tires for your truck? Yeah. What are you so worried about?
They won't fit on a Tesla. Tesla has different tires, right? Different size. Only one size does not fit
Yeah,
all.
I think many of the Teslas have 21 or 22-inch wheels, which you should be able to get. Should be that hard of a problem. We'll make matter of fact, we're gonna make the tires for our cars first.
Because of the hardship involved.
Well, you don't want to think that poor Elon Musk
Took
could be
away
stuck somewhere.
we took away the Department of Education, but on the other hand, the tires for the Teslas are now available.
Certain things that we have to do in life
Hardships
to
that
get
must be
along with the new
created.
world order.
There'll be hardships. Of course, there'll be hardships. But you won't get over them. You'll just forget about them because there'll be new hardships to take their place.
You haven't seen people. Have you heard anybody complaining about it?
In fact, the recent study showed that Hispanic males are okay with the fact that they could be deported because they think it's the right. Trump's going to do the right thing. He's going to deport them. What, to
Yeah.
the south of France? I got
Well,
deported, but
just
I'm
get
in a really
to the
nice
south.
country.
Can I raise my hand?
Deport me. And you can skip the camp. I don't want to go to the camp. I just want to go to Nice.
Yeah, save your money. Save your money. Just put me on a boat. Give me give me some clean undies. Um,
The CIA won't be using their planes, so we can use their transport to get to. Oh, I guess we'll fly into Paris and then take the puddle jumper to Nice.
yeah. Nah, you know what? We'll take the train, and there'll be the
That's
one
gonna.
guy in the front of the train with the accordion, with the squeeze box. Je pense pas, je monte, ça, je vais, ça va, ça va, que ça, que je vais,
He's not bad.
I try. I try.
And I couldn't hear the
So
accordion, so that was a blessing.
I think that if they play this thing right, and I'm not convinced that they can, but if they play this thing right, Michael, they probably will have the United States of America destroyed
Before the
by
second year. Before
the
the second
opening
year.
day of baseball season.
Yeah. Nothing will work. The mail won't be answered. The letters won't come. The army won't function. There'll be no generals to give orders.
Well, you're
The
not going
water
to
won't.
need them.
The water won't be pumped. The rivers won't be clean. The air won't be breathable, and the animals will all be let out of the zoo.
Yeah, yeah, and each of them with their own little anti-vax sticker.
They wear a little suit. It's like a vest.
All the stuff we've been telling our kids for years. Get a vaccine. Listen to the rules. When the teacher tells you something, sit down. When the don't question. Don't question anybody. Just keep your mouth shut and go along because that's what made America great.
What if you're on the Pat McAfee show? Do you get to speak, or do you just say, "I'm sorry, I can't answer any of your questions"?
I don't. He'll have to call up. What's his sidekick's name? He'll have to call up and get approval.
Biff Jiggerman.
Biff, yes. Biff will have to call Biff. Biff will have to say, "Well, we can run that by the Federal Communications Committee Rule Committee, but we don't have anything open until the 3rd of next year."
Well, there won't be an FCC, and all the licenses will be suspended. No one can operate broadcasts.
Just get yourself,
All you get is AM hate talk stations everywhere.
just get yourself a little old backyard transmitter with a little bicycle. That's how we're going to get everybody in shape again. So you want to do an hour a day on your own little radio station? Just get yourself a little one of those home kits that they used to sell at Radio Shack.
I don't
I
want
don't know where you
anything.
get them now.
I don't want anything broadcasting at 1470. I gotta be down. No, KTO's not using it. Let's be 81.
Yeah, get it. Sit down. Get your microphone,
But
and
you got to
just
plug
have
it
that.
in. You got to plug it in. There's not going to be any electricity. I meant to mention that. First thing that Elon Musk is going to take power.
Don't tell them that because we're
Okay.
trying to do this. We're trying to craft this in a way that he's not going to know that there's no electricity going into his radio and coming out until we've cleaned out his bank account. Does this guy not see, Michael, that he's another one in a long line of fucking rubes? I mean, does Musk? And you got to give him some credit because he figured out a way to build an electric car and to get it on the road and to make it the
Actually, he
best
bought
selling
the.
car in America.
He didn't invent any of that. He bought the design from the guys who did
Right.
invent it.
He was smart enough though to get it away from somebody.
He took their design, correct.
He took their design. He probably took a daughter or two too on the way.
Couldn't be helped. She was in the way.
She was in the kitchen. What do you want? So, but this clown figures it out, and he can't figure out Trump.
He thinks he's playing Trump, and Trump thinks he's playing him.
Yeah.
Like, you know what Trump warned Bobby Kennedy about? He said, "Don't get too popular. You're too popular.
You know, I thought that was very interesting.
Don't do
thought-
it. Don't do it."
But the one thing you can't take away from Trump is your
ego.
own money. But besides that, the guy will tell you, the guy will tell you when he's going to screw you. I mean, he'll come right up to you and say, I'm going to
take it all.
I'm going to take every dime I can figure out a way to get my grifty little hands on. And you're going to have to.
I'm still waiting for my gold sneakers. I paid cash. Where's my gold sneakers?
Yeah, did those all go out yet? Or are we still waiting for another shipment from China?
2 weeks. Give me 2 weeks. I need 2 weeks.
Okay. For my Truth Social sneakers.
They're a beautiful color gold. They're not real gold, but it's a color of gold, which is almost the same thing.
I mean, we did. We deserve it, don't we?
America deserves this. You're absolutely right. America deserves this.
I mean, and luckily the interest rates will go down so that when we have no money to spend, we won't have any money.
They might just go away. The interest rates could be.
Well, but they'll feed us, Michael. I mean, those Republicans are all compassionate people.
They have to be told to feed us. Trump has to convince the Senate. By the way, there is no Senate. They all have abdicated their power. They don't approve appointments. They just do what they're told, and they can stay home. They don't have to come to Washington. They can just stay in their home states and be senators.
Yeah, well, with Elon there or Leon, I like the Leon. The more you say Leon, the more I like it. Why bother with the air travel expense?
Just stay home. I'll tell you what to do.
Just stay home with Miss Jennifer.
Monitor the airwaves. I'll tell you what to do.
Just keep everybody happy. That's all.
Stay alert. I want to be able to get in touch with you. No vacations, don't leave. I always have to know where you are, but don't come into Washington because we're going to use the building for something else.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be stepping up our Capitol tours, or as we now like to call it, Trump tours.
Well, no one wants to see the Capitol; they just want to see the Fuhrer.
Well, no, we're gonna put up the 20. The 20, what is it? The 2020 election exhibit. We're gonna have the shaman out there, and we're gonna have all of the the people actually live. You'll be able to get autographs.
Can we get the autograph of my pillow? The guy, my pillow, Mike.
Where was he yesterday? You talk about. I mean,
he should have been
did
Secretary
he get
of State.
Screwed again by Trump?
He should be Secretary of State with his.
The poor My Pillow guy. I mean, that's a guy you got to feel sorry for, don't you?
Nah.
You don't feel sorry for the My Pillow guy?
If I feel sorry for him, then I'm going to feel sorry for Rudy Giuliani. If I feel sorry
I would never feel sorry for Rudy Giuliani. Because Giuliani down at the core of it is smart. He's just greedy. He was an old man who just realized that the chicks don't like him anymore.
It's been a while, Vinnie. It's in
Yeah.
Ohio for that.
So it's hard to blame Giuliani for anything. He's I mean, give one of those what do they call them? Discover America passes. Have him go sit out in there. Make him the Secretary of the Interior.
Make him the Secretary of Greyhound.
Yeah, Secretary of Interior Transportation. He gets on a bus on Monday, and he
And he
doesn't
goes
get off
someplace.
until Friday night.
He goes upstate, he drives around, he's fine.
Just he's got him, and he's got the Greyhound.
Well, really, what more do you need? You got to stop for lunch, but still.
Yeah, but it's easy to get that stuff in those states. They have plenty of. They have a surplus. Every Saturday, you get your pickup truck and you go up to Tetchville, and you pick some up.
Is that near Washtuckna?
Left about 2 miles past the apple orchard, and then you just head down that road, and it's, believe it or not,
Is that a frontage road?
no, it's not even a front road. It's a main highway. It's like Highway 2.5.
There's no frontage road at all?
In the back there is. That's where they put the frontage road in the back. So, Michael, what we're painting here is a picture of an America that is going to be not so great because it never got a chance to get great again.
And nothing's going to work, and Trump's just going to say, "This is not my fault. I gave the job to the best people I could find, and they're just not doing it. It's not my fault. How could it be my fault? None of this crap's my fault. There's chaos everywhere, and I'm coming down at 11 o'clock and start my day."
Yeah, or when they deliver the.
Because I'm ready. I'm ready to govern. I'm ready to be president. But the people around me, they're just not up to the task. We got to start all over. We've got to.
Well, I've been here. I did this 8 years ago, so I know how this works. There's nothing. What could have happened in 8 years that would be different from the day I left?
They still love me.
Oh, they love me intensely. They masturbate to me every night.
Yeah, you might have edited that.
So, Michael, we're in a dilemma.
This is the great detective, fictional detective Nero Wolfe would say, "We're in a pickle. We're in a pickle wrapped in a dilemma." Ensconced
But it's
in a
all going to be
tragedy.
okay. It's all going to be okay because they're gonna legalize heroin.
Not they, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is going to legalize heroin, and that'll be the way he gets rid of the. And if you're on Social Security,
You're off. You're just
you'll
off.
you'll get all the heroin you want, no charge. By the way, that's endorsed by the
Can we just keep?
by the U.S. Treasury Department.
Can we keep
That's
our
how they can
dose
get out of
and
this thing.
can we keep our dose and resell it?
You keep overdosing people and kill them off one by one. We get rid of 20 million people, and we don't even have to call it a pandemic, so we don't mess up the economy.
No, it'll be a sniffle. Nothing more than a sniffle.
People aren't going to worry about it.
We're going to find out from Robert F. Kennedy Jr. that there is no such thing as the common cold. It's been perpetrated by the cough syrup industry all these years. It doesn't exist. It's not a thing. Just trust me on this. I got a worm in my brain.
Yeah, I get. And matter of fact, not just one worm. You've got a set of worms.
It's a beautiful match set, though, isn't it? I mean, isn't it one? It's like the Russian dolls. One worm fits inside the other worm.
Yeah, they what do you call it? They spoon. The worms. The
That's
worms spoon with each other.
Spoon River.
It's a phenomenal thing to see, Michael. You should write to the Sloan Kettering and ask him for the video.
The charming video. It's synced to pop
For
songs of the day.
$9.95, they'll let you sync it to whatever you want.
And does that get me a Be Best T-shirt?
It gets you a night with Melania, probably.
That night seemed to go on forever.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, yeah, they would go on forever. I mean, it'd take you 3 hours to figure out what the hell she's talking about.
Be best.
What is she saying? I don't know. I got here at 7:00. It's 10:30. We haven't eaten, and I don't know what the heck she's saying. And they're charging $5 a cocktail. So it's that's where we're going with all of this.
I'll have another whiskey sour, no ice.
Oh man, I haven't had a good whiskey sour. I used to love those. Those are the Tom Collins, man. Wow.
Tom
Those
Collins invented the whiskey sour, or that's what he always said. Tom Collins, WABC.
Tom Collins. I haven't had a good Tom Collins in many years. I used to love. Whiskey sour. Still love those. A nice hot New York night. You're sweating, and it's you just been out and you took a ride out to Rockaway, and then you come back, you come home, or you park the car, you walk down to the corner bar where you can hear the jukebox blasting out the front door. Of course, people stay up late in New York. You live there. And you walk in and let me have a vodka Collins, Tom Collins, whiskey sour, Harvey Wallbanger.
Harvey, get in here.
And you sit back on a hot night. You drink a couple of those. You get a little socially loose. You talk to a few people.
You call Aaron Rodgers and ask him how the game prep is going for the
Well, I
Jets.
usually call an old girlfriend, I think, is how that usually works, Michael.
She's got to be out of state, though, right?
Yeah, I think she can be wherever she wants to be. Unless, of course, she got some kind of, what would you call it? She changed her number a couple of times.
A dispensation.
But you got the number each time because you had a friend that worked at the phone company. And could get you the number. So you start drunk dialing it around midnight.
Hello, Truth or Consequences, it's New Mexico.
Oh, honey, please come back to me. I'll never touch another drop.
But you're drunk now.
Well, I said, if you come back to me, I'll never touch another drop. Sometimes we made those phone calls. So anyway, there's nothing to be done, Michael. There's nothing to be done. They're gonna install their own.
Even Robert F. Kennedy doesn't look around and go, "What is this shit? What is this? All this shit?"
Yeah. We've just seen the tip of the iceberg. We really have. We've just seen the tip of the iceberg, man.
That's all you ever get to see.
By this time, in a couple of weeks, we'll be looking for the ice. We'll be looking for the cans. We'll be looking for whatever we can find, whatever we can come together and have as a thinking people.
Someone described this election as the passengers of the Titanic being pro-iceberg. You guys want the iceberg? Yes, we want the iceberg. A big one? Oh, bigger the better. Nothing can go wrong. Bring the iceberg.
Maybe we can stand on it.
Full speed ahead. There's an iceberg. Let's go there. Let's go there now. But you people are
I
Hispanic, and they're gonna deport you back to wherever you're from. Yes, and that'll be great for the country, and we're for it, and we support that. I guess they didn't understand. Somehow, no one understood. They all thought it was going to be fine. It's going to be
it's
fine, Vinny.
no, we're not going to be fine, Michael. We're not going to be
No,
fine.
no, no, not by a
After
long
the
shot.
last 2 days of looking at the people, it looks like it's a political version of Dancing with the Stars. Instead of 90-day fiance, they should call it 4-year government.
Or Big Brother, the fast version.
Yeah, Big Brother and the Not So Holding Company. I don't know. They'll come up with names for this administration, and what it's going to be. But I know what I see. The only question I have, Michael, is where's Larry Kudlow?
He's in custody.
We haven't seen. He's the guy I thought they'd have first.
He's not well. He just doesn't feel up to it.
He's the guy I thought that they'd drag out first, and they'd say, "Here's Larry Kudlow. Look at how well he did his job."
Look how close to being alive he appears. He looks so lifelike.
Look at what I mean. Kudlow
He looks just
almost
like
got
him
us out of the recession that never happened.
because he's a fast talker. Or I mean, I'm sorry, talker.
He's a Brooklyn guy, and he knows the streets, and he knew how to get us there.
I'll get you from here to there. Follow me, said Larry Kudlow.
For $6.95, he could get you anywhere you want to go in Zone 1.
It was $6.95. Now it's $8.95.
Well, 8.95 is Zone 2. When back in my younger days, when I drove car service in New York, they didn't have
Meters.
meters in the cars. They had zones, and you'd call up to get a car, and you'd ask the dispatcher. You'd say, "Where you going?" "Oh, I'm going to Utica East 17th." And so the guy would look up on the map. Utica East 17th. That's in Zone 2. That'll be $9.95 plus tip.
Can you just take me to the edge of the area, but drop me off 2 blocks from the zones to save a little money?
Unfortunately, we don't do that anymore.
I
Not
got to
not
take you where
only
you're
do you
going.
have to worry about Larry hitting you up for the number 2 zone there, but we also got to worry
Overhead.
about the car, because the car doesn't always run. See, that was always the fun thing with those car service gypsy cabs. They didn't run all that good.
Might get you there, might not.
I don't know, Michael. Who's the guy for Secretary of Defense? He's the weekend talk show host.
That's all you need to know. You don't need to know his name. It's just like, and now here's the weekend talk show host, the Secretary of Defense.
You might as well have put, I don't know, Cousin Brucey is the Secretary of Defense.
He was up for it. He didn't get it.
Dan Ingram.
I think he's dead.
Would it make a difference?
No, no, it's just that it doesn't always look good. You can haul him out for a
Since
comment.
since when are the Trumps worried about what looks good? We're in a pickle, pal.
Uday and Tusay.
We're in a pickle. I don't know
I
how
don't
we're
know
going to
how
get
they
out of
pick
it.
him.
I don't know what's going to happen, but we're in a pickle. I tried to lay off for a couple of days, Mikey. I tried to say, well, it's going to be okay.
But they just wouldn't let it lie.
But when I see that you're going to have Elon Musk, what was that? How do you say that? Elon Musk and
It's Feral Musk.
whoever else they can. I mean, I'm sure that there's some more people. They haven't emptied all the jails out yet, have they?
When they do, there'll be some hardships involved, but you'll get over them.
Not going to have a police force. What are you going to need hardships for?
You're not gonna have an army because the generals will be delisted, and if you're not a loyalist, you don't get to be in the army.
Yeah.
There'll be no official armed services anymore.
No.
And the Supreme Court doesn't have to meet because Trump will tell them what he needs, and they can just sign the paper and send
Yeah.
it in.
Why even? I mean, we could turn that building into the Trump Hotel.
I'd like to have more parking, though, Vinny. If we could just turn the Supreme Court into a nice multi-layered parking lot. Lots of levels, 10 levels at least.
To put a train station in.
Let's think for
You
the
could just
future.
pull right up to the metro in Washington, and you get out right there at the Supreme Court. It'll be like a shopping plaza.
Supreme Land, and there'll be supreme parking and supreme shopping.
What do you? I mean, just this is how we're going to make America great again. And I'm sorry if you don't see that. I feel bad for you.
There won't be a CIA, there won't be an FBI, there won't be a Justice Department.
No, he's got his. Well, yeah, I guess James Comey is probably should be thinking about leaving.
He should get to the south of France pronto.
Yeah, if I were him, I'd be on a plane already. And the other guy who we're not going to see too much of anymore is our friend Michael Cohen.
No, he's going to have to relocate as well. He's going to get an apartment with Jack Smith.
Oh, Michael. What is there anything good? Is there anything good that you've seen out of the
Yes,
last few days?
They're going to hang Mike Pence.
Hey,
it took a while, but
it's not out of the realm of possibility, Michael.
It's going to be public hanging.
And you know what? Because he's the president, he can do it now.
It's official acts. It's not personal, it's business.
He can do it. I mean, I would have to think that on the 21st, the term limits for presidents will be gone.
He's already flown.
And Mike Pence will be on the run. As a matter of fact, you want to get in on something good, I would come up with this idea, and we could pitch this. Mikey Land. All of the Michaels that Trump is, looking to hang or kill or whatever, we could build a big hotel to put them all in.
Nobody can name their child Michael from now on.
I came close to being a Michael. Now, where does that leave Mike Johnson?
It depends how he commits. He'll have an opportunity to sign over all his wealth and the rights to his family and his name to the Trump organization and surrender his vote for the future in perpetuity. And if he can see his way clear to do all that, he may be spared. Not a given, not a guarantee.
Yeah, but nothing in life is, right?
But he may be spared.
By the way, Mike Johnson, remember him?
Yep.
He's on the good mics. He's a good Mike. He plans to object to the release of a damaging House report on the conduct of, guess who? Matt Gaetz.
Little Matt Gaetz, yeah. Of course, because he was told to do that, and he did it. And he'll be told what to do later today, and he'll do that.
If it all wasn't really happening, it'd be pretty funny, wouldn't it? If it all wasn't really happening, it would be hilarious.
Now you wait and see. Aaron Rodgers is going to open his mouth someday and say the wrong thing and just disappear. You won't see him no more. Jets will sign another quarterback.
The Jets. There used to be a time when this time on Friday we'd be sitting around going, all right, what do we think about this week? What do we think about this week? We don't even know if there's going to be an NFL.
We don't. They're going to stop using the word week. That's another thing that Elon Musk wants jettisoned. References to days of the week, no more a week, a month. All these things have to be redone and reclaimed. There's going to be hardships, but you'll get over it.
How badly do you think it'll piss off Elon Musk if everybody in his country starts calling him Leon?
That's his name. I see nothing disrespectful about it.
That would be so awesome, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it, Michael? I mean, that would be. I mean, just the newscasters, everybody just calls him Leon.
Just Leon, not even Mr. Musk.
Leon will do it.
He's already thought of how to fix it. He said there's going to be some hardship, but he said we're going to get over it.
Yeah. Oh,
and
man.
He's changing the price point on Teslas for a limited time only. The price could
I was
go up.
at the auto show yesterday.
It could go down. It could go anywhere. It could go sideways. And there'll be hardships, but we'll get by them.
I was at the auto show yesterday. You could buy a Tesla Model 3 for $298 a month.
For how many months?
Probably 84 months or something ridiculous like that. But they've whittled the price down for you. So,
and is that price subject to change? I hate to think that I made a deal for one
price. To change. Come on, it's Leon.
That's what I thought. That's what I suspected, I should say.
Yeah. Do you think that because it's now that he's special advisor to President Slapdick, that it's going to change?
Especially because he's principal owner of the Department of Douchebaggery. It's not just my department. I own the department. It's a little different than the Department of Education.
It's mine. Yeah, it's me.
It's mine.
Don't worry about it. As the car salesman said, don't worry about it. Just sign on the dotted line.
Let me worry about it. Let me
worry about it. We fix these things up right away. For me, Michael, I think that it'll have to come to a point where we will have to make a decision whether we want to let these people get away with this
or stop them now by force.
Well, I don't even know that it's by force. I don't know what. I mean, what could you do? Let's say, what could you do? Let's say you decided after the next round of people that he wants to put into the government to suckle off the teat of the government and yours and mine's tax money. What could you do? Not pay your taxes? They don't pay their taxes.
It works for them.
What could you do? Buy yourself a nice fancy car?
Military coup. I'm telling you, that's the only thing that's going to stop them. They have to be rounded up and put in someplace safe.
I was watching a video. I was trying to get away from it all last night for a while. So I watched this video of this guy who drove up from San Diego to Clickitanamania, whatever that town is there at the Arctic Ocean. God, it was a beautiful trip, Michael. It was
You must have
just a
gone in the summer.
gorgeous trip, man. It was like no billboards, no this, no that. Just beautiful places to camp out, beautiful places on the side of the road.
You sure that wasn't Canada? Was that the United States or was that Canada?
Yeah, well, you went from Canada, from San Diego up I-5. You got into BC. Then you went from BC into the Yukon, and then from the Yukon into the Northwest Territories, and then from the Northwest Territories up to I forget the name of the town, but there's a pretty little town, Dawson's Creek, I think it might have been.
I think it's Don't Do It.
And I don't know, it's 3,500 miles each way. These two guys took, I think, pretty close to like a month to do the trip, so they were in no particular hurry. But they met all these people and talked to them and had time to just and nothing fancy. I mean, they were in a Jeep.
And there's a lot of map up there. Take a look at the map. It goes on for a long way.
That was the thing that impressed me about these guys is they had a GPS, obviously, but they also had a map. They would pull up to an intersection and they would say, well, which way are we supposed to go here? And the co-pilot, the guy in the second seat, would open up the glove compartment and he'd pull out like a road map. Like a laminated road map.
And say, hang a right.
That's it. After he pulled out that road map, he looked at it, talked to his friend, looked at it some more, talked to his friend some more. Next thing you know, they're on their way up the road.
They're on the road to find out.
They're not listening to radio because there's a radio up there.
No hate talk?
No, nothing talk.
That ain't right.
Bring your cassettes.
Cassettes. I refer you to cassettes.
Get yourself a box of cassettes. Make a few mixtapes before you get in the Jeep. And you head up north. And that's what you do, Michael.
I hate this mixtape you made because 1, 2, 3 by Lynn Barry is side 1 and side 2. Did you have to put it on there twice? Why?
Because that's how you did it. Nobody asked questions. You know why? There wasn't some little punk ass kid named Leon Musk trying to tell you how to run your car.
His car. You're driving it, but it's his car.
Right, his car. Forgive me, I forgot. So we're going to have to figure out how to straighten this all out. And as I told you last week,
this is the tragedy that we didn't see coming. We didn't think it was going to be this weird, this fast, this quick, this deep, this awful. This weirdness is permeating everything every breath we take, every move we make. They'll be watching you. And there will be hardships.
Yeah, he'll be yeah, we figured it would be inauguration day, right? At least or something like that.
We're never going to get there, I'm telling you. It's not going to be an inauguration. It's going to be just like a takeover, a usurping of the government. We bought the government. We paid for it. We're selling off the pieces. There's no Joint Chiefs. There's no CIA. There's no FBI. There's no Justice Department. There's no Education Department. There's no Health and Human Services. You can't buy medicine in America. If you do buy medicine in America, you'll be arrested on the spot.
How in the world do you want to get rid of the Department of Education?
Smart. Smart move.
How in the world do you even come close to thinking that?
Well, to
Now,
get rid of
does
the
the
Department of
Department of Education
Education,
change? Do they have to
no,
freshen it up? Do they have to do some things? Yeah.
no, the idea is to eliminate education as a concept. The Department of Education goes, then schools go, then private schools go, then homeschooling goes, then textbooks go, then the idea of education slowly disappears, and pretty soon no one even knows what the word means.
I just don't understand how
In
you
fact, why do we
continue.
have so many words? Why do we have a word for everything, a different word for everything? Let's cut that down and use several words can be used over and over again to mean anything. And if you don't understand it, that's perfect. That was the whole idea. You don't understand what the word means, then we've succeeded. Yo, Vinnie, what are you driving?
Mikey. I'm scared, man.
You should be.
I'm scared.
You should be trembling in your boots.
Are you scared?
This is the beginning of the end.
See, I don't want to go there yet, though. I still think there's got to be a way to make this, make it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, forget the perfect union stuff,
A more perfect union.
but it's got to be better than what we got. It's got to be better than 15 minutes of jokes from Jimmy Kimmel every night. And I love Jimmy Kimmel. But somewhere along the way here, doesn't doesn't something have to?
Makes sense?
I don't know if I'm making sense, Michael. I don't know.
Well,
I just
doesn't the idea of that it makes sense, that it's logical, that we left it better than we found it?
I want to think that it's going to make sense. I want to think that it's all going to work out. I want to think that I'm going to feel better on Monday than I do today. That I'm going to go down to the auto show that's happening at the convention center down there, the Lumen Field Convention Center. I want to feel like it's going to all be better. That
Be
somehow
best.
the better angels, is that what they call them? The better angels. That the better angels are going to get us. They're going to come to us. They're gonna hold hold that little piece of their heart close inside, and that the thing that has saved us, many of us, over so many years, is going to happen. That we'll be able to walk away from this at some point, and this is where it started. There was a Mikey. Remember that weekend back in November when
When we said
we
it
we
couldn't get any
both
worse.
did we what?
That it couldn't get any worse, but it did. And how
Well,
is it going to get
see,
better?
I don't know. It could get worse. It could get worse, Michael. It really could. It could get a lot worse. That's the thing. As bad as we think we have it, it could get a lot worse. I don't want it to. I hope it won't. But there's the distinct possibility it can get a lot worse than it is.
Well, if he's got the Senate, the House, the courts, and the White House, who's going to stop him? Who's going to raise their hand and say, hold on a minute, let's vote on that? Hold on, let's just review that. Anybody stands up in that vein with that idea,
Shoot him on sight.
can't be helped. He asked for it.
Well, yeah, he just, all of those. It feels like all of those World War II movies that I've watched all these years, because it's just something I do. I have an intense interest in that period of our society, always trying to figure out how it could get that bad.
And the SS officer just walks up and starts shooting people randomly, like they do. Nothing personal.
Yeah, you look like a threat to our community.
So I shot him.
He was easy to tell who he was. He was a different color than the rest of us.
And he was talking when I said no talking.
Right, right. And we'll arm the teachers with guns. We'll give all the teachers guns.
Have the teachers turn on each other, and then there won't be any teachers, and that's exactly what the Department of Education wants.
And as you ask any actuary, anybody who works in a school, 25, if you don't have the teachers, if you take the teachers out and lose them somewhere, you don't have to pay their pensions. That's more money for these guys. More money that they can figure out a way to rob from
That money goes to Leon and Donald.
Leon and Donald. That goes into their let's develop a Tesla that's just for us.
Cars that can't be purchased by the regular hoi polloi. These are cars just for
Right,
us.
right. The hoi polloi doesn't get to tell you. You don't get this.
For the hoi polloi, there could be hardships, but I'm telling you, they're going to get over them.
Yeah, it's somehow they'll figure out a way to slam it to us.
They'll figure out a workaround.
Let me see if I can get this to work here. I wanted to show you something. As I said, I was at the auto show last night. It was really a beautiful um, a beautiful assemblage of cars. A lot of electric cars. A lot of electric cars that were down there. The Porsche Club has rolled out about, I think, 25 or 30 Porsches that
Whoa.
cover the timeline of Porsche since World War II. So I would
So 1944 Porsche.
in that neighborhood, yeah. Ones that Ferdinand, I think he actually started designing them before that. I think it was in the mid 30s when he really started working on the Volkswagen, which was, the people's car.
Right.
And I was just so taken with the beauty of these cars, Michael, and the simplicity.
Simplicity, the power, beautiful design.
How they were able to get the able to get horsepower and handling and affection for the road.
And beautiful design, German engineering.
Yeah, just all of this stuff in just this beautiful little package that is not only pleasing to drive. I mean, I didn't drive one yesterday, but I drove. I've driven these classic Porsches before, and they're incredible cars. Nothing to them. It's an engine, and a transaxle, and a stick shift, and a couple of bucket seats, and some dials to tell you put the lights on.
And away it stay on the road. It stays on
And
the road.
a way that the car envelops. I don't know. See, I have to think about this. Does the car envelop the road, or does the road envelop the car?
I think the car envelops the road as it needs to, changing from situation to situation.
Whoever was enveloping who, somebody was getting a hell of an envelopment.
It was an envelopment like never before.
It was, and to hear that the the You hear the valves clicking. You hear the rocker arms moving. To hear that while it's idling, and then all of a sudden you just hit that gas, and everything increases. The revolutions of the motor. Just to see that, to feel that, is such a beautiful experience. When you would go outside and they would be running them outside. You can't do that obviously inside. And to just to have that feeling of looking at that car that you know 25 years ago you could buy those cars a dime a dozen. Now not so much anymore.
No.
But the beauty and it's such a sign of what people can achieve.
And the thrill is built right into it. All you have to do
Yeah,
is start the engine and go.
yeah, that's exactly what it was, Michael. If the thrill, it's a turnkey. It's a turnkey operation. You're not fooling around with, I want to put this in, I want to put that, and I want to do this. I got $10,000 worth of options. You go down to the dealer, you say, I want the 356, I want the 356B, I want the 356 that's going to be the racing. You just go down and you get that. And then it's you and the car.
In fact,
And the test is,
they always said that the people who buy Porsches are the people who own Porsches. Why would you buy one? Well, I know what it's like. You don't have to sell me. I want a Porsche. Why don't you want one? Well, I've never driven one. I don't know. I've never been behind the wheel. See, that's your problem. Get behind the wheel. You want one too.
yeah, the test of this car is you get in it and you sit in it and you move it the way you want to go. As a matter of fact, it's not a test of the car because we know the car is good. It's a test of you
Can you
as a
drive it?
driver
Right.
and the forces.
That nature creates. Yep. It's 11:32 and we're frozen. Well, Vinny, I want to say goodbye. Have a great weekend. Have a good show tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Don't despair with the world that's being created by Donald Trump. It'll all pass in time. And I salute everyone. Have a fabulous weekend. Love you, Vinny. See you Monday at 10:10.
from our Volkswagen family.
So what is the purpose of
Or
this?
any, would like to receive any
You could take it out.
any of our lovely vehicles on the floor, please feel free to ask me or any of our other knowledgeable product specialists.
No, yeah.
Enjoy the
The
show.
seats slide back.
Have a great
So
day.
can you make this a smooth surface? So with the seats folded down, will they slide back?
So it's not.
That's where you can mount the
We're hoping it'll change, but that's what the start.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You could have it in the back.
Hello and welcome to the Volkswagen display. My name is Maya and I'd like to take a few minutes to talk to you about our all-new Buzz.
I'm not allowed to go to parties.
They were in the wrong